All right, we are back again. It is, I don't even know what day of the week it is because I haven't decided when we're going to release these, but whatever it is RPG Horror Story Day. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Doing good.
My name is Jason Portizo. I am once again joined by Ms. Josey Diaz.
It's me.
I got Greg here.
Hello.
And Jim is with us as well.
Hey, how we doing?
You guys ready to talk some horror stories?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
I got a fun one today.
Define fun.
And let the
Yeah, super
trauma
not
commence.
Fun for us to read about it. Horrible for the OP to experience it.
Ain't that the way?
Yep. As always, this is from Reddit r/RPG Horror Stories. This was posted by user Fleetfinger just about a week ago from this recording. All right, this is the story of when my character was killed off screen for no reason. Already,
I'm already upset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All we need are the details.
Yeah,
Like
Jim's like grabbing his microphone. He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Nobody can see my face because this is an audio medium, but I just look like somebody spit in my lemonade.
Spoiler warning, dude. Come on. That's
we haven't heard the DM side yet. Okay, maybe he deserves
Maybe it's
it.
completely fair. Like maybe he
it's
deserved
fine.
it.
Maybe it's fine. Maybe this is a thing that can happen once
Okay.
ever. Literally, I haven't even read the story yet. I'm going by title alone. And I hope this is good. So here we go.
Fast and loose.
When I was a teenager, we had a group that would play all the time. I was usually the DM, but a few of us took turns. I had recently started seeing my first girlfriend. There was an annoyance from the DM that I didn't have as much free time to play anymore. This is ridiculous, as she also played. We just wanted 1 or 2 days a week where we did other stuff. The DM called me and said that the group was going to meet in 3 days, to which I answered that I couldn't attend, but they were welcome to play without me. The day rolls around and everyone shows up at my house. My brother was also in the group. Everyone gets ready and then starts looking at me as I pack my bag. I ask them why they're staring. We're waiting for you, they say. Oh, I'm not supposed to play this session. Me and my girlfriend are going away to X. Didn't you tell the DM? Everyone goes, oh, okay, and gets ready to start. But the DM goes, you can play till she gets here. I agree and start playing. After an hour, my girlfriend shows up and I start getting up. The DM looks annoyed. Where are you going? My girlfriend's here. I'll find a place in the adventure for you to leave. Okay. After half an hour, he hasn't found a good spot and my girlfriend's starting to get upset. So I declare, my character leaves the mansion and starts searching the woods. He'll keep looking there for the rest of the adventure, and I'll be back for the next one. Cue a fun evening with my girlfriend. The next session, we're still in the same adventure. Cool, my character can just give up searching the forest and rejoin you then, whereby the other players inform me that my character was killed. Not by a monster or anything, he just tripped on a rock and was impaled by a stick, whereby a raven ate his eyes. This had nothing to do with the adventure and everyone knew it. So I looked my DM in the eye and said, my character goes back into the mansion since he isn't dead. But everyone saw your dead character, the DM protested. Yeah, weird coincidence that another, whatever my character's race was visiting this far west. Everyone read the vibe of the room, the DM looked quite ashamed, and then we proceeded to play as if nothing had happened. Good for this player.
yeah, no. So the surprise shock ending is that it's not a horror story at all. That it actually had a happy ending. I think that's fantastic.
A DM getting put in his place like that is absolutely a
Yeah,
happy
sometimes
ending.
you just gotta smack a bitch. You gotta be like, no. That's not what happened.
Sometimes you gotta swing your +1 dick around.
We love an immediate recon.
I just love just looking him in the eyes like, no, my character goes back into the mansion since he isn't dead.
Yeah. That's
Also,
that
for you to try, you're in this person's house. You're in the OP's house. Just because their brother's also there. Like, you're going to kill somebody in their own fucking house when they're not there to punish them for going out with their girlfriend.
That's some.
Oh yeah, the power of the host thing. That's important. That gives him some leverage that he might not otherwise have. So yeah,
That's very true.
It's not like you can shit your pants, block the driveway, and leave.
I mean, you could.
Goddamn.
Jesse,
God
we
damn it,
know a
Cody.
few people that might
story's
do
never
that.
gonna die.
God
That's-
damn it,
yeah.
Cody.
Listen,
Cody
Cody
this
is
still an
forever in our
open
hearts.
invitation. Cody, I want you on the show. If you're out there, if you identify as Cody, I need answers.
and if you don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and scroll back through the list of these podcasts and go back to the first horror story.
That may have been episode 1.
I think it was. I think Cody's been with us in spirit this whole time.
Yeah, lead with a bang. Yeah.
Oh man, Cody. Cody's how you handle the situation poorly. And Fleetfinger is how you handle the situation fantastically. You just kind of look your DM in the eye and be like, no, that's stupid.
Because
me
again,
play.
you're not going to fight a man in his own fucking house.
Especially
And like, I don't get mad at the guy for having a girlfriend. Like,
especially
that's
when
such like nerd energy, man.
that's some neckbeard shit. Yeah.
Well, because like here's the other thing about it is that it was like he wasn't asking like, oh, sorry, can we just keep D&D to like 2 hours a week every other week or something so I can spend time with my girlfriend. It was, hey, could we maybe have like 2 days to ourselves where we're not role playing high fantasy, please?
Yeah, that's like there's a little bit of something unspoken there. What's like, are they playing 5 days a week? What is this? Is this a thing where like this is what they do every day after
He gave
school
him
or something?
3 days notice of when
Oh,
their
I
next game was
wish.
going to be.
And like,
That's such a
I am curious what their schedule is like.
that's like such a high school problem. Like, you know, somebody might not be able to make the game 3 days from now. Like, you know, when the biggest challenge for gaming for me right now is trying to get 5 adults in the same place at the same time without one of them has, you know, even though we're all supposed to be locked in our homes right now,
it's almost
somehow
like trying to
we can't
record
seem
a
to do that.
podcast.
It is
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
like trying to record a podcast. Exactly.
Just out
Yeah.
of curiosity.
Tell me about it.
Work around everybody's like I'm at the age now working around doctor's appointments is, you know, is the big challenge. So
I can't get 5 adults in a room to not play games. Just to
You
get
can't just
them all
get
there.
5 adults in a room. I've got places to be.
for any
I'm
reason
in
at all.
a group
Yeah.
of beer enthusiasts, and like I can barely get guys to drink free beer. Like,
Yeah.
much less commit 4 or 5 hours to barbarians throwing wizards around and stuff.
How old is
Yeah.
this post? This is a week old, right?
Not even 6 days.
Is there any
As of-
comments
as
from
of
the
this
OP?
recording.
Like, I'm curious
Um,
if anybody had anything to be like, well, actually.
I don't see anything from OP. Actually, hang on. Is this relevant? Someone says you handled this perfectly. No notes. He says, thanks. I think it was easier since we were friends out of game and since I was usually the DM. Everyone knew it was a scummy move and that I would never pull anything like that on them. A lot of stories here are with new groups or groups that only meet or groups that only meet up to
Yeah.
play, and that makes it a lot harder to stand up for yourself.
And not just
What
stand
a
up for
shitty
yourself,
brother.
but to call somebody's bluff, right? To go, look, I've been on that
Absolutely
side of the
not,
table, dude, and this will not
This is
stand.
dumb.
And we
Oh, I
both
do have-
know that.
I do have confirmation on their schedule. Someone says, who the hell is able to DM for 3 days a week? Which,
Yeah.
fair. They said teenagers who share a common interest and run a tabletop and LARP club. So that is
Must
Who
be
did-
extremely good information for us to have.
I have a quick
Yeah.
question. Who did OP tell that he need that like in 3 days I won't be available? Was that the DM? Or was that their brother?
That was the DM, yes. The DM called me and said that the group was going to meet in 3 days, to which I answered I couldn't attend, but that they were welcome to play
And then the
without me.
DM just didn't tell anybody else? I mean, like, I feel like the
That's
brother
what
would
it
have had
looks
to
like, yeah.
know. But also, again, going back, what a shithead the brother is. Like, you're going to watch the DM kill off your sibling's character, and you're just like, this is fine. I know this is for a bad reason, and I'm just going to let it happen. I know that's typical
just
sibling shit.
being a teenage brother, I think,
Yeah.
is what's happening there.
I mean, like,
as someone who played D&D with my brother when
gonna
I was a teenager, oh yeah.
I have a
yeah, that's-
sister who doesn't play video games.
That comes up to me as younger brother. Like if OP is a teenager, doesn't really say he's driving his girlfriend to the date, but let's just say he's driving, that puts him on like 17 or so in high school. This is like 12, 13-year-old brother energy in by my assumption here.
And
Maybe
like,
I'm just getting old, but I just want to
does
beat
your
up
12-year-old
almost
brother
every
wanna stand up to your friends?
13-year-old.
and given that your assumption is like, well, it sounds like it's his group of friends, OP's group of friends,
Right.
and his little brother. So who knows?
Like is your 13-year-old
like-
brother going to stand up to your friends? That's terrifying.
My experience
Probably
with
not,
my
yeah.
sibling is different because my sister is a mouthy little bitch, and anytime she has an opportunity to argue with someone, she will take it. And I can say whatever I want because she's never going to listen to this podcast.
Can confirm. Can
Can
confirm.
confirm. I met her for 5 seconds. No, you're right. My takeaway here is that this is it started off really bad. It started off with the DM completely power tripping, but ended with kind of standing your ground and be like, no, this is dumb. This is not how this game's going to go.
You just got to bring that big dick energy to the table.
Get that +2 magic dick in there.
There is something to be said for absolutely knowing that you are in the right going into an argument.
Well, but it's a beautiful, powerful feeling.
This is not the opportunity to like just to put your foot down on everything you disagree with. I mean, things are gonna go poorly for you.
Oh, of course, but this is
just
like so clearly, objectively, like not a cool thing.
Exactly. There's a difference between like, hey, I don't like this. This is bad, and hey, that was complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like anybody could say like, well, no, like that's kind of acceptable. It's like, no. We all know who the asshole in this situation is, and it's the DM.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it's also important there that like he didn't like make a big stink about it either. Like he didn't like call the DM out or like yell at them or anything. Just said, yeah, no, that's not how it's going to be, and we're going to keep playing and let's go.
Well, do you think that was because the DM was like, okay, like my power play didn't work? Like, do you think if the DM was like, no, you're dead, that it would have escalated?
Well, I mean, maybe that's a counterfactual. We'll never know. But but like the fact that he didn't say that's bullshit, you're full of crap, we both know that, and kind of like try to embarrass the DM or call them out.
At least not in the written version of the story. We don't know if that's how it went down.
I mean, but it was just like yeah, no, that's a mistake, and we're gonna do it differently. And the DM, it gave the DM the opportunity to just go, yeah, okay, you're right, let's keep playing, and then everybody could just keep playing, and and it wasn't.
So I guess in that instance, shout out to the DM for knowing that he was about to try to fight a losing battle.
Oh yeah, for sure,
totally.
For sure. Yeah, no, everybody behaved properly there once they realized what had actually gone down.
Also, like,
especially because it was like, oh, you tripped on a rock and impaled yourself on a stick, and that's how you died in the woods where nobody saw you.
That's some extremely petty bullshit right there.
It does sound like not like a malicious thing where it's like, oh, I'm punishing you for going to see your girlfriend, and more of a, in the moment, I'm mad at my friend for choosing their girlfriend over our regularly scheduled game, which is not
Even
okay.
though you had plenty of time.
Listen.
He did say it was his first girlfriend and everything, so like...
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, from the DM's perspective...
I remember being like 14, 15. I remember being like 14, 15 and losing my friends for the first time over... and we don't know if this girl's good, if this girl's cool or not. Like, says she plays, maybe she's annoying. Maybe there's different story about her.
The other thing I'd be curious about, like if I were an advice columnist, like if I were like Dear Prudence or something like that,
an advice columnist right now.
I would be asking. I would be like curious. The letter writer doesn't tell us. I would say, did I hear you correctly that the DM was a woman as well?
I did not.
Did they say she when did they say she when they referred to that DM? I wonder if there might be some little, kind of romantic triangle energy going on there or something like that.
Even if not, that makes it saucy. I like
pure speculation, but it does. Like
quick.
now, as I'm constructing this scenario in my head, I'm,
Oh,
like
Josey, do you enjoy the concept of teenage nerd love drama? Weird.
Listen.
Weird.
Let me live my high fantasy lifestyle, and you can live yours.
Oh yeah, no, this is
dating my best friend.
That's what I was wondering. I thought I heard that. I thought I heard the DM referred to as she in that. Can you go back and?
I'm skimming it right now.
Did I make that
don't
up?
see
Maybe I made
the
that
DM
up.
referred to by any pronouns at all.
Jim.
Okay, in my head canon, that's what's going on there.
Yeah, Jim, live that fantasy.
Some romantic tension.
The only time I said anything
there.
like that, I said she also played, referring to the girlfriend.
Okay. He was talking about the girlfriend. That's what I might have been. I might have thought that.
You know what?
I don't see the DM
even
referred to by gender name.
Oh my God, this feels like Stranger Things. This is literally
maybe,
Stranger
like the DM doesn't have to be she for there to be some romantic, triangle tension going on there.
Yeah, we can be a little queer about this.
You know what? We should be a little queer about this.
So we've
I'm
turned this
surprised
from
we're not being queer about this right now.
we've turned this from
Bold
a
of you
horror
to
story into a
assume that
romance
if
story.
Greg and I are here, it's not at least a little queer.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god, I made it rhyme.
Most romance stories are at least a little horror.
Yeah.
And vice versa. All right, that's what we got today. I hope those guys are playing a much better game right now, and that everybody is properly put back in their place. And I feel bad for that random lookalike character that just happened to die in the woods. I don't know what he was doing that far west.
I mean, at least that crow got a good meal, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good for the crow. This is a wholesome story for the crow.
Circle of life, for sure.
The crow one. Yeah.
All right, Jim, Greg, Josey, guys, thank you so much. Of course, I'm Jason, and we'll see you next week with another horror story.
Thank you for listening to Curmudgeons and Dragons. Please share this with your favorite adventurers. Leave a review on Apple and follow us on social media. All links can be found at curmudgeonsanddragons.com. Practice safe adventuring, my friends.
This has been a JTP Audio podcast. Thanks for listening.